you'll have in the minutes of the meeting different links to better understand the why of a project, the technical charter, which presides the rules concerning voting and so on. You have also information to reach the Slack channel and the way you can integrate some issues on the board. Something new, you have now link where we can gather all the meeting information. So just referring to the charter, the TSC meeting are public concerning the each work group decide if they want to have a public meeting or not. So it's relying to the project team of each work group. But for some work group, they decided to be public. So for example, on the work group one for the cloud stack dev, you have now here the Teams link, and you have also the calendar ICS file. Okay. So you'll have this information in the minutes. Concerning the general news, the first one is that we have got a new onboarding session for new members. We have two potential new members that ask us to have this presentation, but don't hesitate to transfer to potential partners. And it will be the 1st of March. And concerning the timing, it's a good timing because we've got the 25th of February, a presentation to the GSMA Tech Forum of Sylva. So we can recruit some new telco provider, for example, at this event. Some partners ask us to have a better understanding of how Sylva is interlocking with Nefio. So we had the first round of discussion with some members around the table here, and Eric Debeau, who is the representative of Orange at Nefio, will be with us for next TSC. So we're going to present a first view how we see for the moment the integration of Sylva and Nefio. So it's an open discussion, and then we will also propose this architecture to Google to see if we can converge on this vision. And so Mathieu, of course, will be contributing to this vision. Maybe a quick update on the CLA, Théophile?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay. So about the CLA, the process to sign the CLA through the Easy CLA tool from the Linux Foundation was published on the minutes of the previous TSC meeting, and also on the Slack general channel. So I don't know if some of the companies on the bridge already started the process to sign this CLA. If you have any problem regarding the signature of this CLA to be able to contribute, do not hesitate to create a ticket to the Linux Foundation. They have a team, a support team for the Easy CLA tool, and they answer pretty quickly when you have a problem. So do not hesitate to create tickets. All the process is, I think it's still the end of the minutes. So you will be able to see, to access those informations.
So any partners who have started to fill Easy CLA tool?
Yes, we have started the process.
My understanding is Susa has signed on the corporate level, and I have asked to be the CLA manager for our org. So I will start adding individuals in the coming weeks.
So in progress for Ericsson and Suzy, and for Orange, we are close to sign off our CLA. Okay, now the update. Thanks all for this feedback. And then I will add the floor to Matthew to give an update on the workgroup 1 concerning the cloud stack development. Matthew, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. So we keep on adapting to the move we made last week to the public repositories. Most of the components are public. I would even say every components are public today. We are still working on fixing the CI. The CI is not as we was having previously at the level we were having previously, because we are lacking some resources on GitLab.com, so we have to rely on internal infrastructure to make this CI coverage. This has to be done before releasing a first version. Also, in this first version, I would like to have this v0.1 version before end of March. I would like to be able to rely on Kubernetes version 1.25 and with an underlying OS based on Ubuntu 22.04. But we have to wait for Rancher to be compatible with RK2 1.25 versions, which is not the case for the moment. I heard that it should be the case during March. It should be delivered during March, so we will rely on it. And as I said, we have to set up a CI that is testing every component that we put in the stack, in the view 0.1 stack. Just about this release, the goal is really to release the first version that the validation center can rely on. It means that we need to also bring into the stack the requirements that are needed for the validation center to test the first CNF, which is the CMM from Nokia. It comes with requirements regarding the CNI plugins, whereabouts CNI plugins and IP VLAN CNI plugins, Multius, of course. So we are pushing the needed component into the stack, and it should be ready for the validation center to rely on.
So some good news. Yeah, go.
No, that's it for the update.
So I think it will be a smooth handover with Louis, but just before we are moving the organization of the workgroup 1, due to the fact that we were collaborating on a private GitLab and now it's on public one, we will have more and more companies who will be interact with us. So we had a Scrum daily Scrum meeting, so we're now going to change to have a weekly meeting with a release management approach to address the different topics for release management. So the first meeting will be next Tuesday. This first meeting will be slightly different because we will have a key focus on the presentation of the stack, but on the following weekly meeting, we'll have a feature request review. We will manage the bug review and so on. So we will have a little modification of the internal way of working.
Yes, indeed, we would like to set up a process where everybody can ask for enhancement on the stack and discuss it into a document review, which is with a document pushed by the person who wants the enhancement into the GitLab repository, so that it can be reviewed and accessible by anyone. This is the way open source projects such as Kubernetes or even OpenStack or whatever project is collaborating, is using to onboard a new feature into open source projects. Sorry.
Any question to Matthew? Or clarification? No? Okay. So we switch to the validation center working group.
Yes. Yes, hello. Okay, so regarding this, there's no much progress to report. Things are still in the oven, so we are working. We think, but the new things is that we have a newcomer in the list of network functions to be validated. So the VSR from 6Win has been included. We have already created the testing team or the validation team. We did the kickoff actually yesterday. We have a plan to perform the validation. It happens that since we only have one platform, it will be done after the Nokia UDM is completed. In terms of the Nokia UDM validation, we are completing the Sylva installation, the current release, and well, we identify some things that we have fed back to the development track, and we are progressing this. We expect to complete the installation this week, and then start the validation process itself with the Nokia UDM during February and March. So things done. We have a new network function, new application, and we are already working on defining how to test this, to validate it. And next things is to complete the deployment of the stack in the platform that we have, and start running the process for the Nokia UDM. That will be done during February and March. So in the next TSC, probably will not be progress, but in 2 TSCs, we expect to have progress. And one thing that came up, talking about validation, because it's a work in progress and we are learning on the process and all that, is related with something that has been commented before, the versioning of the release. So if Sylva is relying on a specific version on Kubernetes, how this really links with the network function. Does this imposes a new requirement to the function to be validated, or we have to discuss how we deal with it? So it's a new, every week we have something new to consider for validation, but this is a good topic to discuss in the future. But nothing else, nothing to share relevant at this point. Still, as I say, we are in progress, and there's no decisions to be taken because there's nothing to decide at this point. We are just working with what we have.
Okay, and once again, it's so important, the feedback you give on the stack. It's a very quick loop of enhancement. So yeah, thanks, Luis. Okay, on the work group 3. Sorry, is there any question to Luis before going to the next work group or clarification? No. Okay. Thanks to ThinkSwim to onboard on this process. So on the work group 3.
Yes, so on the security requirement work stream, so we were working on the cryptography and key management features and requirements for Sylva. So it was updated on the GitLab wiki. So it's on the wiki at the root of the project, the Sylva project. You will be able to see all the requirements regarding the identity and access management that I reported in the wiki. So yes, here. So we have I think 13 requirements defined for regarding identity and access management. The goal of those requirements is for Sylva to be compliant with the highest level of EUCS, so European certification scheme for cloud providers. So all the requirements are divided in 3 parts. So first, a table summary with the feature ID, the name, the priority, and to be updated soon, the corresponding EUCS requirements. I still have report the list of the EUCS requirement that met the feature. And there is always a description of the requirement and a technical solution proposed. So after the discussion with the short team of experts. So do not hesitate to consult those features, those requirements, and to make any comment to the security work group, and to propose modification if needed.
And coming back also, this requirements description will be also useful, not only for security, but also for all the requirements we need for performance and all the cloud requirements that have to be integrated into the stack, as mentioned by Matthew concerning the CNI and so on. Any question to Théophile? No? Okay, thanks. And I think it will be a good opportunity also to communicate to the ENISA to this work, because it's the way we can transpose the ENISA high-level requirement into a proposal of components, technical components. So I think it's really valuable that we can share this in Europe to reach the EUCS. Okay, thanks. So concerning energy efficiency, Sundara is not on the call, so no update here. We had our first meeting. Team was here also. Carlos also was here. So we defined some key objectives around the energy efficiency, and we have set up a regular meeting on this topic. So I don't know if one participant of this meeting wants to add something concerning the objectives or no.
No, I think the only thing that I think could be interesting is that we also said to try to identify some simple use case that could be proposed for implementation to the working group 1 to see if we can implement something on the stack to add some simple function on measuring maybe some parameter related to energy efficiency.
Yes, to start with pragmatic
yes.
Initial step. Okay. And another things we altogether we thought it was important to involve the hardware server vendor on this topic, so we included the first two servers vendor who were interested into the project, so Lenovo and Dell, and if they are over, they will be welcome to this working group.
And also to try to collect information, requirements, ideas that are coming from other groups that are discussing energy efficiency issues.
Yeah. A strong interlock with the CNCF Sustainability Work Group. Thank you, Carlo. So now we've got, so I will change the title for the next work group. It's communication and adoption. So adoption is missing yet, but I will change it soon. And Andre is with us.
Hello. So for the working group, we have the team defined and the governance set up. We are working on two presentations on the Linux Foundations for the TAC and also for the Telco Day KubeCon. And we are aligning also with Susan and people from the Linux Foundation in terms of activities to support this presentation, but also we want to promote this project on GitLab's YouTube channel, and we are going to prepare an interview. The script, of course, will be passed through everyone to to appreciation and validation, and also the documentation that we are doing. And that's it in terms of what we are doing and next steps.
Okay. So KubeCon and GitLab interview. Okay. So yeah, initially GitLab is we are the benefits of ultimate version because we are an open source project of GitLab open source program. So yeah, it's a win-win collaboration. So I think it's valuable to have a common communication with them. Thanks.
Sure.
Any question to André? Okay. So that's clear. And we are waiting for the two call for paper of the telco day. So we are waiting also for the KubeCon if our proposal have been validated. Okay. And the last point, Théophile, concerning the evolution of governance. So Théophile, I don't know if you can wait to recall because Théophile is on 2 meetings in parallel. So just to give a little update, we are working to evaluate the evolution of this governance from a community project to a directed fund project. So if we can have a dedicated budget, so it's under evaluation. Okay. Any question or proposal for all the working group around the table? No? Okay. So thanks all for your participation. And next TSC is in 2 weeks, and you'll have also some dedicated work group meeting next week. So don't hesitate to participate. Thanks all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, Guillaume.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you again. Bye.